Hi, my name is Dhruv, and I'm a UC Berkeley student currently enrolled in CS61B with Professor Hug. To earn gold points for Project Zero, I added the ability to control a spacecraft that is subject to the gravitational forces of the objects in the solar system, meaning the Sun and the other planets. I added that to the NBody Simulation we created for Project Zero. I created 3 new classes: NBody Extreme, Planet Extreme, and Spaceship. I also added a new text file with planet and spaceship data, and I added a spaceship image to the images folder so that I could use it. My new planetextreme.java class differs from the planet.java class by having a second set of 4 functions: the function to calculate distance, calculate the force exerted by something, calculate the force exerted by in the x direction, and finally calculate the force exerted by in the y direction. I have a second set of those functions which take a spaceship object as a parameter rather than a planet extreme object like the first set of those 4 functions takes. This allows the spaceship to exert a gravitational force on the planets. However, since the mass of the spaceship is almost insignificant when compared to the mass of the planets, the spaceship does not actually affect the position or the orbit of the planets. Now, this is still nice to have in case I decide I want the spaceship to have a much larger mass. Then it could affect the orbit of the planets. The NBodyExtreme.java class differs from the NBody.java class by having a read spaceship function that creates a spaceship object from the data file, as well as an updated main method which includes calculating all the forces corresponding to the spaceship, meaning the force which the Sun and the planets apply on the spaceship, as well as the force which the spaceship applies on the planets. The main method also updates the location of the spaceship and draws the spaceship. The spaceship class is almost identical to the planet class, with the exception of a key input function that changes the velocity in the x direction and the velocity in the y direction of the spaceship object depending on which arrow key is pressed. Using the Princeton Java standard library, specifically the standard draw class, I'm able to determine which one of the 4 arrow keys is pressed. If I run this, which I will in a second, you'll be able to see that without any user input, meaning that without me pressing any of the arrow keys, the spaceship will still orbit the Sun and the planets since they exert a gravitational force on the ship. If I press down or hold on any of the 4 arrow keys, the spaceship will move in that direction. Now I'm going to run my NBody Extreme class, and as you can see, the spaceship will still orbit the Sun without me pressing any of the keys, and this is just because the Sun and the planets exert gravitational forces on the spaceship. If you'll notice, the spaceship does not affect the position or the orbit of any of the planets, again, since its mass is so insignificant. As you can see, I can move the spaceship down using the arrow keys. I could press or hold on the right arrow key to move it right. I can press or hold on any of the arrow keys to move it in any direction I want. So yeah, that's a basic rundown of my new additions to Project Zero that allow me to control the spaceship using the arrow keys, and the spaceship also has gravitational forces, or I should say it's subject to gravitational forces from the Sun and the planets. Thank you.